Which of the following changes in the supply of and the demand for a good will definitely result in a decrease in both the equilibrium price and quantity of the good? So in this question, we're asked to identify the changes in supply and demand that will lead to a decrease in the equilibrium price and quantity of the good. So to start off, let's highlight the double shift rule. This is essentially what will happen if there is a shift in both supply and in demand. And this double shift rule tells us that if there's an increase or a change in both supply and demand, that one of the following factors, equilibrium price or quantity of the good, will be indeterminate. So one is indeterminate, meaning that it is unsure whether there will be a definite increase or a definite decrease in this factor. But the other one will be determinate. So from this we can tell that any option choice that highlights a decrease of both or increase of both or a mix of both is incorrect, because that will not be a definite decrease in both equilibrium price and quantity. And because of this we can eliminate A because it shows a change in both supply and demand, D because it shows a change in both supply and demand, and E because it shows a change in supply and demand. In each of these cases, one of the factors, equilibrium price or quantity of the good, will be indeterminate. Now for these two, let's draw out the AD versus AS model. So for this model, the real GDP is the x-axis, and the y-axis is the price level. So the curves are one downward sloping curve to represent the aggregate demand, and an upward sloping curve to represent the short run aggregate supply. So an increase in supply and no change in demand. Let's draw this out. So an increase in supply represents a shift to the right in the short run aggregate supply curve, and this would look like the following, where there was an SRAS2 curve to the right of the first SRAS curve. And because of this, we can see that the real GDP starts out here, but after the change, there's an increase in real GDP, and price level starts out here, which is essentially the equilibrium price, and now it decreases to this level. So from this, we can see that price level decreased, but real GDP actually increased, which is not what we're looking for, because we're looking for a decrease in both equilibrium price and quantity of the good. So from this we can see that B is incorrect, as it does not show a decrease in both equilibrium supply and in the quantity of the good. Now C, no change in supply and a decrease in demand. So a decrease in demand corresponds to a shift to the left of the aggregate demand curve, and it would look like the following, with an AD2 curve. And we can see that the initial real GDP starts out here, and after the decrease in demand, it shifts down here. So a decrease in real GDP. And now for the price level, or the equilibrium price, it starts up here, but after the decrease in demand, it goes down here. So also a decrease in the price level, which is what we're looking for. Therefore, we can tell that the no change in supply and a decrease in demand will lead to a decrease in equilibrium price and quantity of the good. So from this, we can tell that the correct answer choice is option choice C.